Thanks for joining us. I'm Bridget Shanahan. Bomb threats were made today against two different flights. The threats targeted a Southwest Airlines flight, which took off from Milwaukee, and also a Delta Airlines flight. The threats were made through Twitter. Both of those flights arrived safely in Atlanta. Governor Scott Walker in Iowa this weekend for the Freedom Summit. Walker spoke to conservatives about his record in Wisconsin. He also talked about relaxing teacher tenure laws and strengthening gun rights. Walker shared stories of staring down union interests in the face of mass protests and even death threats to him and his family.
All they did was remind me how important it was to stand up for the people of my state. They reminded me to focus on why I ran for governor in the first place.
Walker made the argument that the GOP presidential nominee needs to be someone who is a proven winner and outside of the Washington establishment. New projections show the state is on track to finish the current fiscal year with a larger shortfall than anticipated. The state is expected to finish the year $283 million in the red. Walker's administration projected the state would finish with a $132 million budget shortfall. Governor Walker will introduce his budget plan next month. And if you plan to travel on the Hoan Bridge this weekend, you might have to take a detour. Crews are demolishing a new section of the bridge, so the Broadway on-ramp is closed. Also, Broadway itself is closed between Clybourne and St. Paul Avenue until 6 o'clock on Monday morning. Goodyear is recalling thousands of SUV tires after finding small cracks in the tread. The recall covers more than 48,000 of the 18-inch Forterra HL tires. Goodyear says the problem has not caused any crashes. The FAA wants passengers to keep e-cigarettes out of their checked baggage. They say the devices are a fire hazard in the plane's cargo compartment. The FAA recommends that passengers carry e-cigarettes in their carry-on baggage.
Well, another weekend across southeastern Wisconsin, another 40-degree reading. Just like last weekend, we had highs in the lower 40s. Well, today, high temperatures reach the upper 30s to low 40s, officially in the low 40s. We'll talk about that in a moment. But in your weather headlines on this Saturday night, get ready for flakes to fly. I think mainly as we go through the overnight hours. Whipping winds into your Sunday, going to blow those flakes around. Hang on to your hat. And colder air coming in. Unfortunately, the 40s, well, they will be a distant memory as we approach the rest of the weekend and into next week. So, going into the record books on this date, officially at Mitchell International, 42 degrees, the high temperature, 31 this morning's low, and that's well above the averages of 29 and 15. In fact, more than double the average low temperature of 15 degrees. Nowhere near those records, though. 60 degrees, Tabascan 60 degrees back in 1950, and 20 degrees below zero, bitter cold, back in 1904. Well, today's high temperatures elsewhere across the viewing area along the lake. Similar readings, 42 in Racine and also in Kenosha. Little cooler north and inland, but not much cooler. 39 degrees in Waukesha, also in West Bend. 38 in Fondy and 37 in Beaver Dam and Watertown. So well above average for this time of year everywhere across our viewing area. Future forecast, our computer model showing those clouds filling back in as we went through the evening hours and will continue to be cloudy overnight tonight. As we go through the overnight hours, look for some light snow to start popping up and developing, especially after midnight. And then I think as we go toward tomorrow, or I should say Sunday morning, we'll see that snow especially spreading into the central and southern part of our viewing area as the disturbance tracks down to our southwest. That's why I think the greatest precipitation amounts will be central and south of Milwaukee. Let's show you our computer model of snowfall accumulations expected from this little disturbance. And you'll notice that most of it here in southern Wisconsin, anywhere from around an inch to an inch and a half from Milwaukee to Madison and down toward the Wisconsin-Illinois border. Well, if you're traveling around the Badger State for your Sunday, look for breaks in the clouds, especially north of Milwaukee. We could see a few peeks at the sun in the afternoon, but I think especially the snowfall lingering into the morning hours. Your Storm Team forecast for the overnight hours down to 25 degrees, cloudy and mild. That snow developing late up to an inch by morning. Then for your Sunday, look for temperatures climbing back to only 26 degrees, so much colder with those breaks of sun in the afternoon after some lingering morning snow. Here comes your Storm Team 4 7-day forecast and some ups and downs on the thermometer, but a nice break in the action Tuesday and Wednesday when we should see dry conditions and temperatures in the 30s. Another round of light snow a possibility as we head toward Thursday and temperatures remaining in the middle 30s.